We made it.
What's up, y'all? Sean Zalmanoff here with the one, the only Shane Kidwell. Shane, how are you today?
Dude, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
And it's actually day 75 of 75 Hard for a very good friend of ours, one of our contributors, a great friend at Next Level, Jason Frazier. So big congrats to Jason.
Yeah, I saw. I got to talk to him earlier today. He did his first workout, his outside workout of the day on the beach in a heck of a storm. So he's got one left this afternoon, and he said he was going to take the weekend off before he jumped back in, maybe enjoy a tasty beverage or two.
Well played, my man. Congratulations, Jason.
Hey, just real quickly, all our friends in the Gulf. We just want to let you know our hearts are out to you right now. Hopefully you have internet and you're hearing this message right now, but we're with you and we wish you and your families the absolute best in this crazy time that you have.
Prayers for everybody right now. It looks like they avoided the worst, which is great, but still a lot of rebuilding to do.
Lots of it. Speaking of avoiding the worst, Shane, we got a little stay on that 50 basis point tax. It is still coming our way December 1st. And friends, like, you didn't really avoid it that long because it is still for any loans delivered to Fannie and Freddie as of 12/1, not locked, not originated, but delivered by 12/1. So there's really a pretty short window that we have to get these loans in locked and delivered. You're going to see a lot of investors come October 1st, maybe even earlier, padding that 50 basis points right back in to pricing to make sure that they are protected on this. And, really, Shane, like, was your team having any trouble selling refis the few days that?
Not really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about, listen, with anything, adverse market fees, losing products during COVID, it's just all about communication, right? I mean, if you communicate, and if you're the first one to communicate bad news, you're going to win, right? So I think that it's really important to make sure that one of the things that people, I think, need to remember is you're not a originator, you're a communicator, right? You're a brander, you're a marketer. And number one, you're an advisor, and if you're not an advisor, a part of advising is talking through the challenges of our industry, because things change all the time. I had a guy who once said, man, I just want to have things not change for a while. I'm like, brother, you're in the wrong industry, go be in the pencil making industry, let's go make something that hasn't changed for 1,000 years, because we change our industry every day. But, we just communicated around it. We really didn't have any problems. We use a couple of tools, MBS Highway, Mortgage Coach, to communicate around where we are. I think that truthfully, by the time people heard about it, we had already communicated it, and which is true typically for us.
I mean, it is, we do agree that it's BS, but we all get to deal with BS, and, it's materially not affecting our business and our ability to close loans in the best rate environment in the history. It's like what a broken record over the last 10 years of it. Hey, it's lowest rates. Hey, no, now it's the lowest rates. No, now it's the lowest rates. But we live in an amazing time, and we're very fortunate to be here right now. Shane, we were just talking earlier, you, me, Kenneth, and Kellen were preparing for the opening of our mastermind next week in Nashville. And it was funny because we see the people who are absolutely thriving right now. And there's one factor that separates them from everyone else.
Well, there's probably more than one, but the reality is right now there's the haves and the have-nots. And the have-nots are the ones that focus on anger around an adverse market fee, not around communicating what's happening to their agents and consumers. It's the same group of people that are communicating negativity in social media instead of positivity. It's the same people that are forgetting to market and put a fence around their people. Instead, they're advertising on social media that they got up at noon and they're working from home in their pajamas. So there's a real clear dichotomy between the winners and the losers. And I was sitting down with one of my coaching clients who closed 50 units last month. I mean, the dude is absolutely crushing it. And he lives in a state that they actually shut down real estate. Like, they shut it down. And the guy's been the top producer for 12 years at his company. If there's anybody who could quit for a time being and just cash it in and go on a vacation during COVID, it's this guy. And he's doubled down and he's built his team. And so I think it's understanding that winners always double down. It goes back to the old quote about buying when everybody's selling. Like, buy when they're selling, focus on what you can control, be positive through others' negativity. And we're seeing like dozens of people in our coaching group that are having their best year, best month ever and building their team.
And call those realtors when everybody else is just doing refinances.
Call and love on your people. And again, I think the reality is, and I had to even remind myself and my team this, we didn't forget how to do loans just because there's a pandemic and now you have to wear a mask when you go to Starbucks. It really should have no negative impact on what you do on a daily business to close your business. If you're looking at the positive side of the coin, you have to meet with less people in person, have less coffee appointments with agents. You can now impact people through video because they're engaged and obligated to use the platform now. So you can get more done in less time. You can work anywhere. We just, closed on a vacation home in Florida. So now I'm a Floridian and I'm going to work remote for a month and I should have zero impact on my business. Whereas before I was like, man, I don't know how to go on vacation. I don't know how to do this. I'm like, I got a little miniature extra screen. I learned this idea. Big shout out to my buddies at MBS Highway. We were all meeting. We were doing a meeting for an upcoming project we have for CMA. And they all have these like secondary monitors connected to their laptops. And I'm like, whoa, what is this thing? And they just have efficiencies so they can travel and be efficient. Yeah. It's all about adapting. And if you adapt and engage in just winning at no matter what the environment is, then you're going to do great. You're going to close 50 loans a month and have record success and have no room for your gold bars. And that's, I think, the goal for all of us.
Well, I think one of the things that's really important too to talk about, when we get into these kind of time periods, and I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, and I've had some amazing time periods and I've seen some craziness in the market, but this is just even completely next level as far as the amount of business churning through the system. What I think we were just seeing, Shane, that $1 trillion extra over 2019 is going to go through the market this year.
Unbelievable.
With very few more people added who are actually doing loans or
they're expecting 3.4 trillion in originations this year, 3.4 trillion. And at your point, and like an additional trillion over last year. Like, that is insane.
It's absolutely insane. But something that we all have to be very mindful of is it's easy when it's this easy to just think that it's always going to stay here. And we're fortunate because this is probably going to stay here for a considerable amount of months ahead of us. But guys, if there's one thing that I can tell you from the absolute most sincere spot of my heart is save your damn money. Your lifestyle right now does not need to adjust to the money you're making right now. It is impossible, almost impossible for you to consistently make this income for years and years to come, unless you're doing things, getting in front of those agents and growing your business right now. But do you really need to adjust your income to that? Save your money, be smart, and make sure that when the market turns again and it gets tough, you got these gold bars stacked up and you can go take and you can invest in your business and you can hire the best players in the market and you can do all of the classes, teach your realtors to gain even more market share at that time, because that's what your key to success will be. And really your happiness and your future will be tied to.
Well, Sean, I think too, like if we do the math, so let's say an average LO makes $3,000 a deal. They typically close 4 loans a month. So they're making 12 grand. Now they're making 24 grand. Okay, so take 25% of your extra revenue and invest that in your future business. Like the best farmers, like when they have a record crop, they don't just take that money and blow it on like shotguns and beer. They go buy new tractors early so that their farming does better for the future. They go buy more land. And so you're a farmer. You're out there trying to you should be. If you're not planting new crops for next season, you're going to lose. And then guys like us are going to come in and sweep that right up because we are investing. What could you be buying today? Can you pay somebody to help build out a CRM to better organize your staff? Can you be getting training set up so that you can hire inexperienced people that have the right attitude. What could you be doing with technology? Could you be branding? Could you get a video? Because right now there's a lot of people in our space that aren't originators that do need business, videographers, digital content specialists, marketers, admins. There's a lot of things you can be doing right now if you're confident in your ability. If you're confident in the market to give you free business, you're not confident in yourself. If you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your team, you're confident in your company, now is a great time to double down on that. Take 75% of that additional revenue and put it in the bank. All I'm asking is take 25% of your additional revenue and build it in your future business.
Well, Shane, when you're talking about the videographers and people that need work right now, we just recorded CMA last week. We're recording our live event for Next Level next week in a studio that if it was normal times, we wouldn't even be able to get into. Now, it's not a cheap studio, but what it would cost in a non-COVID time to get in this place would not even.
They filmed The Walking Dead there, Sean.
Yeah, The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a cheap
Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah.
And what did we do? So guys, we always say we practice what we preach. So we're there for CMA, which is going to be a phenomenal program. And like, you guys got to be like, stay tuned for more on that. Because if you're sitting there right now saying, man, I just don't feel like I can confidently communicate the message around what our market's doing, you absolutely 100% need CMA. You take your 25% of your additional revenue and you invest it in CMA, and you literally get a turbo-sized vacuum that you get to stick right into the side of Barry Habib and suck his brain out and get all of his 20, 30 plus years of experience in an organized like environment that you can go at your own pace. It's going to be powerful.
Well, and the thing is that it only costs $2,000, $19.97 for this, so it's not even close to.
Whoa! I thought we were doing $4,000. What?
Oh man,
that's a typo. We can't take that back. Are we live? I think we're live.
But then you can take that and you can build it into your CRM, and you can the economic reports, the charts, what we're delivering. You can literally build years worth of content, because the reports get released on the same days every month on what you do and what you can communicate to your market. It's really going to be phenomenal what we're delivering to y'all.
Yeah. So, I think I would just like to wrap up with just a reminder to everybody, when I was a fireman, the training, and if you've been in the military, thank you for your service. You can relate to this. You're always going to fall back to your training when times get tough, when you're overwhelmed, when you're confused, when you have too much to do, which is everyone's world right now. If you're not overwhelmed, you're doing it wrong. Like if you don't have too much business, if your inbox can't be cleared every evening, right now you're doing it wrong. You're going to fall back to your training. And if your training was, I just got my license and I started faking it till I made it, you're going to lose. There's a great book out there that I highly recommend. It's called Atomic Habits. James Clear is the author. It's all about the little things you do every day that either help or hinder your growth. One of the little things you can do every day, and we're going to give you this for free so you have zero excuse, because LOs like to make excuses when they don't want to shift and change their dynamic, is download a copy of our playbook. The playbook is your daily master plan for farming future business, for planting those future crops, for taking care of your current business, building that wall around your clients and your referral partners. If you sit there and you're overwhelmed and you're like, I don't even know what to do with my time, open up that book. It lays flat. It'll walk you through exactly what you need to do every day, every week to track and to have tactics in reaching out to your people.
Well, once you find out how good that free 2-week version is, you can buy the 90-day nice hardbound version for yourself as well too. Yeah,
we're gonna sell to you for $4,000 once we get you hooked on it, like any good drug dealer would do. Listen, so if you want to get a copy of that, a sample of that, text Playbook 2020 to 484848. That's Playbook 2020 to 484848. You get a free copy on us. Like, guys, we're in the trenches with you. I was on the phone with Sean at 7 a.m. this morning talking about our business. I'm in the office by 6:30 most days. Like, we understand what you're going through because we're going through it. We don't get these bags by hanging on the beach, my friends. So we wish you success and blessings this weekend, as we know some of you will be working. And you got anything else, Sean?
No, man. You all have a great weekend. Save those gold bars and go capitalize while you can.
We'll see you guys.
See ya.